guys, my name is Umuno Peter. I am a front-end web developer. So in today's course I'll be taking you on the basis of web designing. That's the absolute beginner's course for web designing, the first stage, and to get started in this course. So to learn website designing is very simple. You just need a few things. You need a PC, text editor, and a willing mind to learn. Yeah, just 3 things, right? The PC or your desktop, a text editor, and a willing mind to learn. Yes, a PC or a desktop. Yeah, that's where you used to connect. And a text editor, there are different types of text editor, but the basic text editors we have Sublime Text and Visual Studio Code. Alright, so now let's get started. And the last thing I said is a really mind to learn, because you may have all the codes, you may have all the tutorials, but if you are not ready to learn, I'm sorry, you won't learn it. Alright, and I believe you are watching this video now, you have willing minds to learn. Alright, let's get started. Alright guys, yeah, I mentioned earlier about 2 basic text editors you need for coding. You have Sublime Text, and here's the link to get Sublime Text installed on your PC. So you just click on the download button here, and it downloads and you install. The other one is Visual Studio Code. So here is the link to get Visual Studio Code. If you are using Windows, you click on here, so it downloads. So you are using Mac, you click on the other side and it downloads. Alright, so now let's get started with Sublime Text. Alright, so when you have downloaded Sublime Text, it opens like this. Yeah, it shows like this, and this is how we can get connected, we get started. So right here on your desktop screen, you open a new folder. So let's name our folder web status. Alright, web status. Alright, so now you go back to your Sublime Text. Here now you open a new file, press Ctrl S. After pressing Ctrl S, something pops up, so you go and locate it. We opened a new folder in our desktop, so you click on your desktop, web status, and inside it here, save it as index.html. Index.html. Save it, and you press open another file again, Ctrl N, and save. Still inside the web status, save it as style.css. Alright, now we have our index style.css in our folder. Now we can start coding. Simple, right? So the index.html and style.css, we already opened the folder, and the index.html just telling you that it is a HTML folder, and the style.css simply means it is a style folder. That's the CSS folder. So the meaning of HTML is hypertext markup language, and the meaning of CSS is cascade style sheet. So these are the basic things of every website you see online. Okay, if you don't know, there are two aspects of web designing. We have the front end and we have the back end. So the front end are what you see in a website, the visual display in a website, everything you see in a website is called the front end. While the back end, you don't necessarily need to see the back end, but it's through the front end they run some code, so its function shows in the front end. But whatever you can see in a website is referred to as the front end. So the front end developers, they make use of some programming language like the HTML. Oh, HTML is not a programming language, so to say. It's just a framework. All right. And CSS also is cascade style sheet. After you have framed it, frame all your work using the HTML, we use this style to style it, to give it shape, give it color, give it height, make it fine, beautify it. And aside the HTML, the CSS, we also have some other programming language that we use in front end. We use JavaScript, we use React.js, and we use bootstraps. All right, so these are few. There are others they still use also, but these are the basic things we use. But for the beginners class, we're going to be talking about HTML and how to use the CSS. All right, you can see that we have already opened an index.html file, and the reason we saved it as .html, meaning that it will recognize HTML codes, and we save this one as style.css, meaning it will recognize a style code. All right, that's a CSS code, I mean. All right, so now you can see that we have this one here and style here. So let's just go to our view, put a layout. All right, put 2 columns. So this one you drag it here. All right, we want our index to be here and we want our style to be here, so that we can see 2 of them. So to get started, you just type HTML, press your tab. It comes like this, right? So let's just give this one first work. All right, so save it, press Ctrl S to save it. All right, so right click here and open in browser. Right, so you can see now that it has opened in the browser. Here is our first work, the title we gave it, the first work. All right, you can see that inside our HTML at the top we have doc type HTML. So inside the HTML we have the body. You can see the body inside the HTML. You can see the HTML open and close tag. This is telling you that the HTML starts from here and ends here. You can see that there is body tag open and close inside the HTML. Also there is a head tag open and close. This slash simply means the close of a tag. You get, there are some tags that are single tag. They call them single quotes tag. Alright, like this meta tag now, you can see that it's single. It does not have a close. You know what I told you? I told you that this slash simply means a close. You can see our HTML, it has a slash. HTML simply means that this is the starting of the tag and the end of tag. Our body also have this slash and our head also have this slash. You can see our title also have this slash, but this meta tag doesn't have. It's called a single quoted tag. All right, so you can see our head. That's where we have our title. If you go back to your web page, you see that this is the title, first work, and the header is where we put links, where we connect links. Like if you want to connect this HTML to the CSS, now it's from the header. We'll do that. And the body is where your viewers can see, irrespective of how many links you put in your header here, the viewers won't see it. The viewers will only see what is inside the body. So the body is very crucial and a very nice place also. You get? So let's just assume that we want to work something now. So let's just put H1. H1 is called header. So you press your tab, put it like this. Let's just put welcome. Welcome to my web page. Alright, so you save it. After saving, you refresh it on the browser. Can you see? So what you do now here, it reflects on the browser. So can you see it now? Yeah. So let's put welcome to my web page, and let's put Ctrl Z to undo. So under here, you press your P and tab. After pressing your P, press tab. So let's just put a lorem text here. Press tab. So a lorem text is an HTML embedded text. So it helps one to write a text. Can you see? Yes, that you save it. After writing, save it and you view it on the browser. After that, alright, so that's just an example of what we will be doing. Alright, so that's how to get your HTML file, your CSS file, and to get started. But we have not linked this HTML to the CSS. The way to link it is first here, press enter to go to the next line. That's inside the head. You press your link and press tab. You see, it comes like this. So inside this href is a link. Put your style.css. You understand? The same name you use to save your style, that's your CSS folder. That's the same name. The same name that is here is the same name you put here. Alright? If you misspell it or you did not write it complete, it won't work. Now you have linked your HTML to your CSS. So let's do something now. Alright, let's put a H1 here. Press your tab. Let's put welcome. Alright, so let's go to our browser and can you see it? Welcome. And let's say we want this our welcome now to have a color red. So just put here H1. Yeah, we use curly brackets and color red. So can you see it now? Yes. The reason why this one is working is that we have linked the HTML to the CSS. Let's just assume that we did not link it or is misspelled. You can see that here now I remove the L. It's now like st.css. Alright. So you save it. So go back to your web page and refresh. Can you see the red is not effective? Why? Because the linking isn't correct. Alright, so let's come back. You always save, go back to your web page and view it now. Can you see the thing now is showing red? Alright, so that's all about the linking in heading 1. We have heading 2. So you press your H2 and press tab. So the tab enables you to predict. We have H3. H3 is heading 3. So here we have H4. You press your H4 and tab. Heading 4. Here we have H5. Heading 5. And here we have the last heading, H6. Heading 6. So now let's view it on our web page. Wow, nothing is showing. Do you know why? Because we didn't save. So now let's save it. Press Ctrl S to save. See, now let's refresh it on our browser. Can you see that it is working now? Do you see in our CSS? We have already removed this one, but we did not save it. You get? So the effect of the red is still affecting the H1. So now let's come back here and save it now. You get? So view it. Can you see? So you must save your work, otherwise it will not reflect on the browser. You can see different types of heading. You can see H1 is bigger than H2, which is heading 2, bigger than heading 3, so like that. Alright, so that's all about that. And we have different types of tags. We have we have the header tag. We have the header tag. We have different types of tag. We have the div tag. We have section tag. We have footer tag and many tags. So different types of tag, there are very many. Even style also is a tag. You get? And we don't necessarily need to open a style folder or a style file before we can style our work. Alright, let me explain something. So let's open a H1. You get? So let's say we have heading 1 here, heading 1 here. So inside our body now, we open a style tag, right? So inside the style, put H1, pull out a curly bracket and put color red. Alright, so you see. So let's refresh it. Can you see? You get? So but most times advisable that we have a different HTML folder or an HTML file different from the CSS file. The reason is we want our work to be neat. We want our work to be decisive and specific. You understand? Okay, alright. So when one is looking for your style, you can easily get it. When one is looking for the HTML, you can easily get it without everything being bombarded in one page. Alright, so that's if you are creating a style tag inside here, you don't necessarily need to open a CSS file. You get? So let's assume that we remove this one, right? Now there's no linking, right? So inside our style here, we put H1, right? Put color red. So can you see? Let's refresh it now. It's still the same thing. Alright, so but we're not going to do it like that, although it will work, but this is the best way. You have your HTML separate from your CSS. Alright, so thank you guys. This is all about the basic class, or the first step, so to say, in website designing. So thank you guys for your time. Just follow the link to the next video where we get started properly. Please don't forget to like, to share, to comment, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel for amazing videos. So thank you so much. I still remain your front end web designer, making the website work simple, simplifying it for you. Alright, thank you so much.